we are the two underestimated guys in the division. Like nobody wants to fight us, and now we're putting it all on the line, fighting each other. It's a lot of people are intrigued. I've said for years, like me and Cheeseman is like would be a war. To be honest with you, I think we've got a similar sort of style. Come forward like a box fighter, we can box, but we can come forward. And I think at one stage in the fight, it will catch fire and it would be explosive. If I get the opportunity this year, I can see myself becoming a British champion. Doesn't matter which year. I think all I need is the opportunity. Like I keep on saying.
All right, welcome to the Lowdown, brought to you by Unibet. I'm Dev Sahni, and joining me today is the unbeaten super welterweight Trojan. It's Troy Williamson. How are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. We were just talking off air. Your hair's looking on point, mate. I mean, I know you've had some dark days. A lot of things have happened. Looked like you were losing it at one point, but look at you now.
I thought I was losing it, but yeah, it was back then. Now I've got a full week now.
There you go, mate. Problem solved. But today, I believe that you were actually up sparring Lerone Richards. What sort of day have you had?
Yeah, I've had a good day. I was up travelling to Rotherham at Caldwell's boxing gym, sparring Lerone. Done some good rounds up there, eight round sparring. And, yeah, I feel in great shape and I'm in a great place at the minute. I can't wait to rock and roll. April the 30th.
Yeah, I mean, Lerone's the sort of guy that, like, he's awkward. You know, he's an awkward fighter. He's very difficult to box against, and it's either going to destroy your confidence or it's going to make you come away thinking, actually, you know what? I gave him a bit of trouble. How are you feeling? You feeling in a good
Yeah,
place?
yeah, yeah, exactly. You've just basically described that down to a T. He's an awkward style. You don't call him sniper for no reason. Like he picks his shots really well. And I had a great spar. I was really happy with it. Dave was happy with my coach was happy. And yeah, they've obviously the one is back down. We're going back down next week, so I must be some use to him.
You must be, and I'm sure he's of use to you as well. He's a rangy southpaw, and you are fighting a rangy southpaw on April the 30th in Kieran Smith. So, what are your feelings heading into that fight?
I'm very confident. Obviously, I'm fit. I'm in a great, like I said, I'm in a great place at the minute. And yeah, my weight's good, feel strong, and I just can't wait to put it all together on the night.
When this fight was announced, it got a lot of love on social media. A lot of boxing fans saying, "Great fight." Everyone seemed to have something to say about this fight. Why do you think that is?
I think because real boxing fans know that this is a proper fight. Uh, we are the two underestimated guys in the division. Like nobody wants to fight us, and now we're putting it all on the line, fighting each other. It's a lot of people are intrigued, and I think it will make a great fight.
You're making a bit of a habit of going for these awkward guys that people don't really want to fight. Your last fight was horrible Harry Scarf. That's not really someone you pick out. So you know what, I'll have a fight with him. And now it's Kieran Smith. What are you trying to prove a point in the division?
Well, obviously, it doesn't matter who the offer us. We accept it. We've had some big names offered to us, and we've accepted all the fighters. Obviously, in the last one, we had a couple of opponents. A couple of opponents fell through, so we drafted Harry Scarf in, I think, 2 weeks' notice. Which he was obviously he was training. He was in a gym because he come and he gave it his best. It just fell short. It was a good fight, and it was a close fight. Not denying that. But I think he's underestimated. I think he's a lot better than what people like make. I think he's just like he makes up for his advantages. Like he's horrible, so it's hard to look good against him. But I got the win. And again, Kieran Smith, we got offered somebody else that fell through, and he offered us Kieran Smith, and obviously now we're here. So I'm not one to turn down a fight. I'll fight anybody, doesn't matter if they're awkward or what.
Bit of a prize for this one as well. I mean, this is a British title final eliminator. Biggest fight of your life, Troy?
Oh yeah, definitely. As a professional, yeah, 1,000,000%.
And this puts you in line then to fight, you know, should you win, Ted Cheeseman's the champion. How do you see yourself matching up with Ted Cheeseman?
And I'll be a very good fight. I've said for years, like me and Cheeseman is like would be a war. To be honest with you, I think we've got a similar sort of style. Come forward like a box fighter, we can box, but we can come forward. And I think at one stage in the fight, it will catch fire, and it would be explosive.
Do you expect him to stick around and take you on? Obviously, this is to become his mandatory. Do you think he'll take on his mandatory, or will he vacate and look to go another route?
I'm not sure. To be honest, obviously I know last time out he had the European shot and he fell short, unfortunately. So who knows? He might get that European shot again. Hopefully this time, obviously if he does, I'll be backing him all the way to win it. But I'm not sure what he wants to do. If he sticks around, then we'll have to fight. If he moves on and it becomes vacant, hopefully I get my shot.
Yeah, I mean, either way, your path appears very clear here. This is a final eliminator, and you've got the British title in your sights. So, you're doing things the right way. Tell me, you and Kieran Smith, you've got a bit of history. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we boxed each other in the Tri Nations 2015 in the semi-finals. I got the win then in a close fight again. Yeah, even obviously we've both come on a lot since then, so I'm not looking at that like in the slightest. Obviously, smaller gloves, longer rounds, and I say we've both matured in the fighters we've become now. So, but yeah, back then I got the win, and I'm looking to repeat that on April 30th.
We say that you can't read too much into it. The bigger gloves and shorter rounds, etc. But it's still 1-0, Troy. It's still 1-0, isn't it?
It's 1-0, yeah. Be in the back of his head, won it 1-0.
What do you think your advantages are heading into this fight?
I think I'm a lot more explosive. I hit harder. I believe I'm going to be fitter on the night. Just mentally, I'll be mentally ready and physically ready as always, like I always am. That's what I'll be taking with me on the night.
So what makes you different? Because he's unbeaten, obviously, in 16 fights. What makes Troy Williamson different to all the other guys that have tried and failed to defeat Kieran Smith?
I think I've got, as a professional, I think I've boxed higher caliber fighters. I know his last fight he boxed when he was unbeaten 16-0, but it was pretty much a padded record, and he turned up and he didn't really turn up to win. What makes me different is I'm hungry to succeed, and I will. And I'm old school. I really put it in. I'm a complete athlete, live and breathe boxing, and it'll show on April 30th, because the better opposition I'm in with, the better me you'll see.
Have you kept an eye on his career since, obviously, you fought all those years ago and you've both turned pro? Is he someone that you've kept an eye on as he's been rising up?
No, not really. I think he's been under the radar, like I said, like myself. So a lot of people who don't really know boxing, they'll be like, "Who's Kieran Smith?" Like, if I win, who's Kieran Smith? But to the actual boxing fans who know him, they know he's a very good fighter. But because he hasn't had the publicity like myself or the opportunities, and not many people obviously have heard of both of us. I'm not just saying just him. Not many people know me. But it's just because I haven't had the opportunity and the exposure. But I'm finally getting it now, and like I can't let this slip. This is where I leap up into the rankings, and everybody knows who Troy Williamson is after this fight.
Yeah, it feels like for either of you, this could be the breakout fight now, where you start to get your recognition, especially if the fight after that is for the British title. It becomes glamour stuff. You've been more active than him. He hasn't fought since 2019. He wasn't able to get a fight in 2020. You did get a fight in 2020, and you're actually scheduled to fight again in 2020. Is that going to be key? Your activity, just having had one fight more, having had the training camps?
I don't really look into that as such. It's a long time out, 2019, but last time I boxed was August 2020. That's 8 months. That's still a long time out. I don't believe in ring rust. I think if you're getting the rounds in, sparring, traveling for your sparring, and working out in the gym, then it shouldn't be too much of a difference.
You say obviously you were scheduled to fight. I think it was either the Dubois Joyce show or
Yes, it was November 28th.
It was that one. Am I right that you were scheduled to fight Hamzah Sheeraz?
Yes.
And what happened?
I injured my eye in sparring. So I think I went back to training too early before the laser eye surgery and took a thumb in the eye. My eye closed up, and obviously I couldn't train, couldn't spar, couldn't box. It got rescheduled. We were meant to be back on for, I think it was March this year, and I got a message saying that he's pulled out with an injury. So unfortunately, obviously, it isn't happening again. But I think it will happen, and it needs to happen. With, I think, me and him are Frank Warren's best two super welterweights on the stable. So that fight needs to happen.
Yeah, it feels like that one's been brewing for a little while. I think he was heading into his fight with Ryan Kelly again, 2019. We're talking about here, where he suddenly went above the parapet kind of a little bit and started catching people's attention, and he caught your attention. What do you make of him as a fighter?
I think he's a good fighter. I think if we did box now, it's too early for him. I'd show him a little bit of man strength, and yeah. But I think he's a good fighter, and he's only young, so yeah. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens this year or early next year. Who knows? Obviously, with this COVID situation, it's not great, is it? If I obviously my full focus is on Kieran Smith, then we'll see where we go from there. Whether it's Sheeraz or Cheeseman or whichever.
You say you had some laser eye surgery then. So what can you see now, Troy, that you couldn't see before?
Looking out the window now, I can see all the tiles on the roof, where before I just looked at a black roof.
Well, there you go. There you go. The vision is clear. And can you see yourself becoming a British champion this year?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. If I get the opportunity this year, I can see myself becoming a British champion. Doesn't matter which year. I think all I need is the opportunity, like I keep on saying, and obviously everyone will know then. I'm not one to I've never been one to run my mouth. I just keep calling for the opportunities because I think that's what I truly believe that I deserve.
I think people know that about you. I think people can see that you are one of those. You're not running your mouth every day. You're not putting up videos calling people out. You just get on with it and you trust the process. And now here you are. It's all coming together for you. Speaking of big opportunities, later that night, same show as you, the headline, Sonny Edwards gets a crack at the IBF World Flyweight title. Have you shared time with Sonny, Team GB, am I right?
Yeah, I've shared plenty of time with Sonny, been to numerous tournaments with him. Funny little character.
Yeah, I think the world universally agrees he's a funny little character. How do you see him getting on?
I think he wins. I think he wins on points, by a wide points as well. He's unbelievable talent. Skill-wise, he's phenomenal, isn't he? So yeah, I think he becomes world champion on April 30th.
Yeah, could be the right time for Sonny. What about you and Kieran Smith then? What's going to happen in there April 30th live on BT Sport when that first bell rings?
Just expect a great fight. I think it will catch fire at some point. It will be explosive. If it goes distance, it's going to be a Troy Williamson win. If it goes by stoppage, it's going to be a Troy Williamson win.
We've just seen a hell of a fight in your division between Ted Cheeseman and JJ Metcalf. Is there a part of you that wants to have a fight like that wants the blood and guts war?
I've got that in my arsenal. If it gets nitty and gritty, and then I can stand there, I can have a fight. So yeah, obviously, if that's what they want to bring, then we can bring that. But it's all about getting that W first. That's all. That's what matters first.
Absolutely. Anything you want to add, Troy, before I let you go?
No, that's it, mate. Just ready to go. April 30th. Fit, I'm strong, and not long to go now.
Not long to go. Thanks for joining me, Troy, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, mate.